first two games of this series come back with a strong rally against Ferguson and essentially the Yankees defense in the bottom of the 10th with those 3 runs.
So the Yanks score 2 in the top of the 10th. The Guardians 3 to win it 8-7. Yankees can't get the 3-game sweep, Jack. And you look at all the opportunities they had, the opportunities the Guardians had, and it just ended up being a slugfest. How do you think they'll view this one as they head out of town?
Well, Joe Torre used to always say that you give yourself about 10 minutes to stew over a potential loss, and then you look at the big picture. The big picture is the Yankees won 2 of 3 against the Guardians. They're still sitting there with a 12-4 record. But in those 10 minutes that you might be stewing about it, they're going to be upset because this was a winnable game that was right in front of them. They came back against Emmanuel Clase in the 9th inning. This is one of the best relievers in baseball, and Volpe's double to right field allowed them to tie the game. They jump ahead in the 10th inning when Rizzo has that 2-run single that we just detailed because of where their bullpen was at. No Ian Hamilton, no Santana, presumably. He goes to Ferguson, Aaron Boone, to try and close it out. And it really wasn't on Ferguson's shoulders. It was some of the plays that weren't made in that inning. Although, Bob, I will also point to the at-bat that he had against Ramirez. Ramirez singled, and though he didn't drive in a run, he took some of the steam out of Ferguson. He fouled off 6 straight pitches before he got that single, and then the rest of the inning didn't go Ferguson's way or the Yankees' way.
How frustrating is it to have this one slip away?
Yeah, tough one. Again, though, compete just so good with this group. We just didn't make a few plays we needed to make, but certainly when you kind of grind through and get a lead there, it's always tough. But onward and got a big series starting tomorrow.
Kleber tried to make the play at home there. He just couldn't get a good handle on the ball. What did you see on that play?
Yeah, just bobbled it. Definitely had a play at the plate there and just didn't come up with it cleanly.
What did you see with Ferguson?
I thought Fergie threw the ball well, kind of trying to stay away from Fergie tonight. That's why I didn't go to him earlier, and then obviously getting in an extra inning situation. Really just Fry got to a ball, really drove a ball on him, but, he's, we probably gets a double play ball there. We get the out with the infield in. It's just kind of unfortunate on his behalf. Ramirez put together a really good at bat against them, and they just outlasted us a little bit.
How would you describe Rizzo's day with the errors early on and then coming up big at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. You got to always. It's about continuing to play. You got to move on constantly, dealing with not only successes and failures over the course of the season, but within a game. It's the next play becomes the most important. So Rizzo's a pro. He gets through those things and put himself in a good position.
What have you thought of his defense so far this year?
Yeah, been okay. Usually he's so good. He's probably not scooped a couple balls over at first that he typically would. But I think that's just a couple plays, and I expect the same elite defense we usually get.
With Volpe, you guys have talked since the spring about what a different hitter he is. What he did against Clase, that's really kind of synopsize that better than anything.
I mean, he's squaring it up every time. Whatever he's hitting, and yet I would argue he's hitting into tough luck even. He's putting together a good at bat every time, and that's Clase is obviously about as good as they get at the back end there, and just a great at bat to tie that game.
What do you think of Nestor today?
I thought Nestor was all right. I thought he ran out of gas, and had to throw a lot of pitches. Man, they fouled a lot of balls off. They just got his pitch count up there. I think it was mid-90s by the time I took him out there. Good swing by Ramirez for the homer on the changeup. That he got him out his first at bat with, but overall, I thought his stuff was good too. I thought his fastball really played. They just kind of wore him down, from fouling pitches off, and we gave him a few extra outs there early in the game that just made his day a little longer.
Aaron Judge demolished the baseball early in this one. Just what did you think of that? Nice to see him to find that swing.
Yeah, that's. How many people hit him like that? But obviously a big swing at the time, and unfortunately we couldn't make it stand up.
Smith getting thrown out at the plate in the double play. Do you have a problem with him going on that, or is that?
No, we were going on contact there. Yeah.
4 innings plus a few batters. It took him 94 pitches. Four-seamer, pretty effective, but he gave up a home run on it. Also got 4 strikeouts. Heavy on the cutter as well. Let's hear from Nestor Cortez as he breaks down today's outing.
Nestor, Aaron just made the comment that he felt like you ran out of gas out there. Just how much did they make you work? And do you feel like you were getting a little bit more fatigued?
Yeah, I think I was all in a lot of 2-2, 3-2 counts. A lot of foul balls, but I felt like my stuff was really good overall.
What was it about their approach that really made you kind of work like that?
I don't know. I think for the most part I was 0-2, 1-2 to a lot of guys, and then was trying to be too fine with the corners. I wasn't getting enough early contact in play, and I think that's why my pitch count was a little up there early.
Being back in the dugout, how would you describe those last couple innings, the highs and lows there?
I'm sorry?
Being back in the dugout or in the clubhouse, how would you describe the last couple innings, just the highs and lows?
Yeah, we did a good job of getting to Class A. Volpe has been hitting the ball all series really hard. Finally got one to get down. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, guys are going to make errors. It's part of the game, so hopefully we can learn from that and keep it behind us. But, we've been playing really good defense, and I think both sides of the ball we've been really good. So it's just one of those games,
On the wind-up to Jimenez, you had almost a pump fake in your emotion. Was that something you had planned to do today, or just kind of felt like it in the moment?
Yeah, nothing is really planned when I go out there. That's kind of was just thought in the moment. I thought it was going to kind of funny, kind of work for me. He fought it off, but it was, just another wind-up that I do.
The pitch to Ramirez, just too much to the plate with the changeup?
Yeah, I got him out with a changeup the first at bat, the strikeout. I had thrown him the fastball before that, and he looked like he was diving and just protecting, and that's why he was able to fight off that fastball. I felt like the changeup was pretty good located, but not best in a 1-2 count. Got too much play, and obviously he's a good hitter, and put a good swing to it, and obviously we saw the results.
So Nestor with a pretty good breakdown of what happened from innings 1 through 3 to 4 when he tired out there, Jack, but also breaking down that Jose Ramirez's bat, because as he came into the first at bat today, Ramirez was 0 for 11 against him with 5 strikeouts. He then struck him out again, and you're thinking maybe this is going to be a good day for Nestor against Jose.
He had dominated an elite hitter, and he just talked about what had happened in the first at-bat. He kind of got Ramirez lunging on a changeup. So after 4 straight cutters or fastballs in that second at-bat, he decides to go to the changeup again. And it was low and away, but it still caught too much of the plate. And you saw Ramirez was almost waiting for it, knowing that if he kept spoiling fastballs, Cortez had to go in another direction. Smart hitter, probably thinking, hey, 2 strikes in the last at-bat. He turned to his changeup. That sort of started the downhill plummet for Nestor Cortez after that. You heard him say a lot of fastballs, a lot of deep counts. He knows he's got to pitch deeper into games. He gave the Yankees 8 innings in his last start, with some guys down in the bullpen today. Having Cortez out of this game in the 5th inning, that made it very challenging.
Aaron Judge with his 3rd home run of the season this afternoon, and number 260 in his career. That ties the other captain, Derek Jeter, for 260, tied for 9th on the all-time list. Next up, Jorge Posada. Let's hear from Judge about the outcome of this one.
Aaron, tough to watch this one slip away after getting to Class A and then taking the lead in extras.
Yeah, it's always a tough one. Anyone you lose is a tough one, but, guys were fighting till the end. They came up with some big at-bats. We came up with some big at-bats, and, I feel like all series, guys were just competing up there and, kind of doing their thing, and we just weren't able to pull this one out in the end.
Talk about big at-bats. It seemed like Anthony Volpe has been on base constantly to start this season. What did you think of that at-bat he had against Class A?
Incredible. I don't know how many at-bats he has against one of the best closers in the game, but for him to come up there and, bat off some tough pitches and then, 2 strikes, whatever it was, drive a ball to right field like that and get it over his head and, good base running there to get the guy in. So that was impressive. He's just been impressive to watch all season long, and we're going to continue to watch that, I think.
Who's
biggest difference that you've noticed in his, I don't know if it's approach at the plate or swing? He talked all offseason about flattening his bat path. Just purely as a hitter, what's the biggest difference that you've seen?
Just his ability to use the whole field right now. That's one thing that I saw watching him in the minor leagues. He did a great job of, hitting the ball to left, hitting the ball to right. 2 strikes, 3-1 count, didn't matter what the count was. And then that's what we're seeing now is just, him kind of doing the same thing. I think last year, it's anybody's first year in the big leagues making it out of camp. You're excited. And, but the special thing about Anthony is he's the type of guy that he's going to make changes. He's going to make adjustments to get better every single year. And that's what we witnessed in the offseason. And, it's all paying off for him so far this year.
That was a 100-mile-an-hour cutter. How hard is that to get into the gap on a pitch like that?
It's tough. Like I said, anything, with triple digits and, moving like a cutter, it's damn near impossible to hit, but he took a great swing and he didn't try to do too much with it, just try to stay inside it, and you get rewarded when you do things like that.
How much confidence would you say this team has in its infield defense, despite the plays that didn't go your way today?
Oh, we got a lot of special players around that infield, especially starting at first base with a guy like Anthony Rizzo, Platinum Glove winner. Days like today happen, got to learn from it and move on. But, I think everybody in this team knows that's one of our strengths is our infield defense and what they can do. So we just got to move on.
Ran a couple doubles yesterday, big home run today at the time. Are you starting to feel more settled at the plate?
No, not yet. Always working.
Always working, but it's trending upward for him. 3 hits yesterday, another big home run today. So things going into the Toronto series look pretty good for Judge.
And obviously you hit a 450-foot home run. Something is going right with your timing, and that was a sweeper that he was able to see out of the hand and then just destroy that pitch, give the Yankees the early lead. That was his first home run since April 6th, and I think Judge is always working, always trying to find that timing. But you're right, Bob. In this series, we saw him squaring up the baseball a lot more than we have seen recently. And as Volpe and Soto do their damage at the top of the lineup, Judge is trying to catch up with them, and he's doing a good job of it recently.
Speaking of Volpe, if you want to add another silver lining to this game, because it went back and forth, you said on the pregame, avoid Emmanuel Clase. They didn't because they had the lead, but they got to him, and that's key against one of the best relievers in the game. And the guy that got to him and hit the ball so hard was Volpe once again.
You and I were watching the game in your office, and before that 9th inning at bat, I was remarking to you that everything Volpe hits, he's squaring up. Everything is a bullet off his bat. And then you get into the 9th inning, and you're 1 out away from this game being over. You're staring out at Clase and what he does from the right side. It's not an easy at bat for anyone. And you just heard Judge trying to describe what it's like to hit a 100-mile-per-hour pitch that also's got some cut to it. And Volpe just stayed with it. I mean, he got a pitch on the outside, half of the plate, and obviously was able to hit a line to right field. Brennan started to come in, so by the time he zigged and zagged back, it's over his head. And the Yankees were ready to celebrate at that point. Really strong at bat from Volpe, even in a losing effort. That's an at bat he needs to be very proud of. Well,
yeah, such a special moment for Flo. Obviously, anytime you hit a pinch hit homer, it's one of the best feelings a hitter can have. Obviously, go ahead, big moment, bottom of the 8th. But to do it against your former team. But just, he hasn't gotten consistent at bats up to this point. And so, but just the swings have been better and better. So that was a really cool moment for him.
What kind of hitter can he be?
I think he can be a very good power hitter. He makes really good swing decisions. He does punch out. But, the quality of at bat has been really, really good as of late. And it was all spring as well, which is a big reason why he's with us, is the quality of his at-bats. But, he's got some power and he's got the ability to impact the ball.
Does a game like this test you just as a new manager, just all the decisions you have to make?
Yeah, it's a pretty big test today. I mean, emptied the bench, had to use a lot more bullpen guys than we probably wanted to. But these are all just really good reps. And, again, like having Albie next to me and Kai, really just helping me think through things and giving me suggestions and things like that in pregame, going through a lot of the decisions with our group has really helped me be prepared in those moments.
How are the emotions different during a game like that between being a player and being a manager?
Much different because you have zero control. You're putting your guys in the position to be successful, and then you hope that they go out and perform the way they're capable of, which we did today. And I turned to Albie in the 10th inning, and I just started smiling. I'm like, this is awesome. Of course it means a lot and it's high intensity but man, that was such a fun game. could have been a lot more fun if we had ended it earlier, but just a lot of fun, a lot of moving pieces, getting everybody involved.
Is there anything Brennan could have done differently on the?
I'd have to go look at the replay to see, but it's tough to tell from our angle what happened there. But I mean, that ball was hit pretty hard, so I haven't looked at it yet.
Did you think Fries was out?
I thought it had a chance, definitely, but the wind was kind of cutting across to right, so I think it might have pushed it and kept it in there. I knew he didn't quite click it, but I thought he got it enough I was looking at the railing, hoping to see a fan reach out to catch it.
You see what the double play you guys turned into?
That's two unbelievably athletic heads-up people making a play. I mean, Fry's, he's been a utility guy, very few innings at first this spring or this season, and for him to make that throw on the run and to have the IQ to get back to first base and for Bo to swipe tag, spin, and throw it back. I mean, the amount of athleticism and baseball IQ in that play probably won't get talked about enough. That should be number one on SportsCenter, MLB, whatever the top plays are, that should be the top play today.
Just one quick one on Florial again. Like when he's making the right swing decisions and all those things, just as a player's mindset, how frustrating can it be when you're just not reaping benefits that you feel like you could?
It is, but that's what we talk about. We talk about sticking to that process every day. You're not winning the day doesn't necessarily mean you got 3 hits. It's did you have 3 to 4 quality at bats? Now let's keep, because when you continue to have consistent quality at bats, the results will come. And Flo's done that the last couple days and gotten a couple really good results.
You starting to see what your team's made of? I mean, the last couple of days, just like resilience.
This whole homestand, we fought back. Our road trip, we led most of those games, and even the ones we didn't, we were in it. And then to come back after a tough day like yesterday and get down early, and then we punch right back, and consistently, we're not going to quit. And that's one of the things I heard the boys yelling on the way back up to the clubhouse. We don't quit, and that's what this group's about.
Between Arias and Fry both having multiple moves on the defensive side, what does that do in terms of versatility for you as a manager, being able to have multiple guys play multiple positions?
It allows us to do what we did today, and that's to try and get the optimum matchups at the plate. I think we also have free that can move all around the field. So having 3 guys that can move all around the diamond is huge. And, we have all of our positions covered as far as a utility guy. So hopefully that's the last really exciting one we have like that, but probably won't be the last time we move guys around like that.
It is a speed limit enforcement of 100 kilometers ahead of about 400 meters. It is a speed limit enforcement of 100 kilometers ahead of about 200 meters.